In Samurai Jack Seasons 1 through 4, there are many battles, many in which Samurai Jack needs to overcome his obstacles and push his skills to the limit, some of which has pushed him to utilize the skills he's gathered throughout his life, and some still in which he needs to use his mind to overcome his foe. But today I'm here to bring you my top 5 fights of Samurai Jack.
Number 5.
Aku is tired of the monotony of always fighting Jack and running away, so he decides to challenge Jack to a duel, one in which he can't use his sword and Aku has to be in human form and use no powers. This is just a great one-on-one fight with excellent choreography. We've seen them fight so many times before this, and it was nice to get a bit of variety instead of just Aku transforming, Jack slicing him a bunch with his sword, and Aku running away. And the fight itself was just a really cool hand-to-hand fight, all the way to when they're using a ladder to battle one another. And of course, as we would expect, Aku starts using a bit of his powers, and it's hilarious how Jack reprimands him, and Aku denies it like a little kid. The humorous undertones in this battle add to its uniqueness all the way down to Aku's awkward human form, and even reminded me of Jackie Chan's sequence considering its tone and use of ladder in combat. Showing off the humorous side to Jack and Aku's character dynamic, the fight ends when Aku cheats, having one of his minions steal Jack's sword, but of course the two then have a funny back and forth with all the fake swords Jack is hidden, and of course they end the fight the same way they always do.
Numero 4.
The first fight. Shortly after being plunged into the future by Aku, Jack takes it upon himself to help some dog people who are enslaved in a mine by the evil monster. Aku then sends an army of Beetlebots after them, which they can see coming toward them from a distance. This battle is just sheer epicness, spanning an entire episode mixed with some really cool A-team elements, the dog people setting traps for the army, the first major battle we see of Jack in the future and witness his skill firsthand, as well as the ingenuity in creating the traps, and seeing the battle bots crash into them is very satisfying. Not to mention Jack's sword slicing through them like butter, with all their entrails and oil splattering everywhere, showing how badass Jack is, and when he gets covered in the blood of his enemies and eventually claims victory. Now we did see Jack fight a little bit against Aku in the past, but this battle actually showed how skilled of a warrior Jack is, fighting an entire army of Beetlebots, and showing his perseverance that even against all odds, this is one hero that will never give up.
Number 3.
Jack vs. Guardian. After seeking a magical island, Jack is escorted by numerous beasts through an ancient robot burial ground, which he must climb through to reach an area with a time portal. Finally, after all the struggles he has been through, he will make it back to the past. There is only one problem. The portal is guarded. If Jack wants to make it through the portal, he's got to go through the Guardian, who states that only the chosen one may enter. This is just a sheer battle between martial arts experts, and their use of different weapons makes it extra exciting. Displaying a multitude of skills with various weapons, the samurai warrior hacks and slashes at the Guardian, trying with all his might. However, the Guardian seems to have the upper hand during the entire fight, countering everything Jack can throw at him. Jack attacks with sword, lance, shields, blocking the Guardian's machine gun fire, throwing stars, and even kicks grenades back at the blue man. And they eventually get down to just their bare fists. But Jack just can't seem to get a hit in. The Guardian is just too good and eventually claims victory. And as the Guardian is about to deal the final blow, the portal pulses, and the Guardian has a beast carry Jack away, stating that Jack is the chosen one, but he isn't ready yet.
Number 2.
After the evil monster lands on Earth and infects the land over eons, the Emperor sets out with his army to vanquish whatever evil is causing it. They fail, and Aku traps the Emperor, forcing him to watch as Aku destroys his kingdom. However, luckily, Odin, Vishnu, and Ra send their steed to free the Emperor, and they imbue him with the power to destroy Aku. The Emperor flies his Nimbus Cloud to battle the evil monster. This battle has arguably the most at stake in the series. If the Emperor fails, the entire world would be doomed. This battle has everything from mid-air combat, to boss battle, to ground combat on a horse, to one warrior against an army of foes. It's full of fast-paced excitement as the Emperor and Aku fight back and forth until Aku creates an army of himself to battle the skilled warrior. But finally, the Emperor cuts down all of the Akus until there is only one left and the monster is sealed away by the sword. The combination of mystical elements and varieties of combat make this a major contender for the best fight of the the series.
And number 1.
Jack and the Zombies, one of the most tension-filled points in the series. Aku has led Jack on a certain path which leads him to a graveyard and resurrects an army of undead warriors. Jack fends the zombies off well, that is until a witch ghost possesses his sword and flies into the hands of Aku. He uses everything at his disposal in fending off Aku's attacks and transformations, even down to shielding against Aku's fire breath. What makes this fight so good is the stakes involved, the tension, and especially its sense of urgency and literally a feeling of one wrong move and it's over. And there's no lack of badassery in this as well, in seeing how skilled the samurai is at dispatching the zombie warriors, who keep getting back up after he defeats them. But to top it off, Jack actually loses this fight when Aku is able to trap him. But he made the fatal error of trying to kill Jack with his own sword, and we learn that the sword can only be used for good and it stops centimeters away from piercing Jack's heart. The samurai is able to snatch his sword from Aku's grasp and fights him off, causing the monster to run away in fear. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want more, there's more to come in the future. Go ahead and slash that subscribe button. Share the video with your friends, and I'll see you later.